Honorable Men Discord, the unacceptable split. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So, it's graduation season. It's prom season. All right? And unfortunately, this always happens without failure every year around prom time, graduation. Some of us choose to do things that is unacceptable. Now, we could disagree on this. I'll see you in the comments if you disagree. But this young lady who was graduating high school decided to do a split that many believe was unacceptable, including her school. The school that she was graduating from believed it was unacceptable, which is why they did not give her diploma at the time. Now, allegedly, she did receive her diploma, as she should, based on her GPA. I believe she had about a 3.5 GPA. So she did receive that diploma, allegedly. But allegedly, some of the schools that she applied to, as far as colleges, universities, have retracted their offer, or I should say acceptance, because when they found out that she did this during the ceremony. But I'm going to play this video, and then I'm going to play some reactions, and I'm going to talk about it further. So let's get into this video.
Hello everyone, my name is Typiana Campbell / Siki Sue, and I'm reporting here to talk about my discrimination. Wait. I've come here to talk about how I've been wrongfully done at Chicago Tech Academy and how I didn't receive my diploma because I did a split on stage. Now, a quick backstory, I've been telling these people for weeks that I was going to do a split on stage. It was not a surprise. They just thought I was joking. And that's the problem now. Don't think I'm joking because I'm not. So yeah, I did my split on stage and I walked across and it was an area where you're supposed to take pictures with your diploma, and the person who was handing out my diploma, she was just looking slow. Well, excuse me, not slow. But she was standing there looking crazy. So I'm like, babe, what are you doing? Hand me my diploma. And she's like, I honestly thought that they mixed up my name and didn't have my name in the right order. I didn't even think that she was purposely not trying to give me my diploma at first. And then everyone's telling me, oh, just go back and get it, go back and get it. And I'm like, wait, you're telling me to go back and get the diploma, and she's telling me to keep walking. So what do y'all want me to do? So I was just confused. I ended up keep walking across the stage, and I was standing there for a minute. I was standing there like, I'm not moving until I get my diploma. I'm not moving until I get my diploma. Why didn't you give me my diploma? So I ended up sitting down. Long story short, everybody was like, sit down. So I had a seat. I went, sat down, whatever. After I sat down, I was escorted out of the graduation ceremony, and I was taken outside by a dean. And I was met with my principal, Shackleford, Miss Shackleford, Zatea Shackleford to be exact. And I was met out there, and she was beyond angry, like livid. It was genuine tears in her eyes, and her mouth was shaking. She was really, 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 really upset. And she's like, you need to figure out a way how you're gonna make up for this. You're not getting your diploma until you figure out a way how you're gonna make up for what you just did. And I'm like, wait, I have to figure that out, or do you have to figure that out? So yeah, this was honestly just a confusing experience. Long story short, I ended up leaving. I didn't even get to do the left to right or right to left with the graduation cap because I was really upset. I was really upset. And then to end this off, the next line of students who went, a girl went up that stage and did a. So let me tell y'all something. That girl still received her diploma and everything. But my act, the whole world shook. So yeah, it's been countless of times where I've been punished more than another student just because of me. I think the school has something personal against me. Why? I have no idea. I think it's because I'm happy, I'm glowing, I'm always outgoing, and most of all, I have money.
We all know it. It's the time of the year where you see viral videos from graduations just like this. Locally here at home, there's a split decision on if this move went way too far.
Well, too much. That's too much. See how long the dress and everything is. She covered.
Meet Tyvion Campbell.
I will be attending Georgia State University this fall.
She says she'd been telling friends, family, and even classmates for weeks that for graduation at Chicago Tech Academy High School, her exit was going to be memorable.
Yes, I gave many warnings. I told my friends, family, and I told my peers, my teachers, I said I'm going to do a split on stage, but no one took me serious. And when I did it, everyone was shocked.
She followed through. After walking across the stage at the Harold Washington Cultural Center, Campbell waved to the crowd, dropped it into a split with the dance move, popped back up to accept her diploma, except it never came.
I did a pretty princess wave, did my split, got back up, and I tried to reach for my diploma, and I didn't get it. And I was confused at first. I thought they mixed up my name.
Video of the moment shows Campbell looking back towards school officials as the audience cheered.
The principal telling her now, don't give her nothing. She looked around her. Don't give her nothing. Don't give her.
So she didn't
make her walk off. No, she didn't hand it to her.
Tyvion is very
The reaction from the crowd was loud. Campbell says the only person who took issue with the celebration were school leaders.
My principal, Ms. Shackelford, she told me I need to think of a way to make up for what I've done. And this was supposed to be a celebratory moment, and I made it about myself.
The 18-year-old says she was escorted out of the ceremony and still has not received her diploma. She also says she never saw any written rule prohibiting dances or celebrations during the commencement.
We did receive rules, but the rules had nothing to do with what you can and cannot do while you walk across the stage.
For the new graduate, the biggest disappointment isn't the online attention. It's the feeling like a milestone moment was taken away.
It was disappointing. It really hurt my feelings. I cried, and I couldn't even continue the graduation.
Despite the controversy, Campbell is looking ahead. She graduated with a 3.5 GPA and plans to study business administration. As for the split that started it all,
They're just going to have her standing there looking crazy.
she has no regrets.
I hope everyone stay true to themselves and never change for anybody.
I did get a chance to talk to the principal of Chicago Tech Academy and was told to email for a statement. So far, we haven't heard back. Tia Ewing, Fox Chicago.
All right, so let me just say, I guess the only good thing about this is that she was fully covered. But if she would have just did a split and came back up, I think she would have received a diploma. And you might say, what's the difference? I think once she added the 2 bounces, it was like, then she was performing like she was at a strip club, and that was completely inappropriate for that occasion. Listen, first of all, if my daughter did something like that, I'd be disappointed. So I don't even know her situation at home, but if she has a father that lives with her, if she has a father and a mother, I'd like to know what the father thinks about this. If she doesn't have a father, I would say that's part of the reason why she would do something like this, because I don't know any daughter who was raised by a father that has a father with decency. I don't see any daughter that's going to do that split in front of her father and think the father's going to be clapping it up. And by all means, if there's any fathers watching this episode, that if your daughter went and did a split and a bounce, she bounced at least 2 times. If your daughter did a split and a bounce, is that acceptable? And please tell me why it's acceptable. Again, any fathers watching this episode, if your daughter graduated from high school or whatever, whether she graduated from high school, college, if she went down and did a split and then bounced twice, how do you feel about that? Now, let me say this. I'm not here to, thrash the young lady. Congratulations on graduating, and extra congratulations on such a great academics, getting a 3.5. That's something to acknowledge. That's something to applaud. and I encourage you to continue with your education and continue to be successful within your education, and keep going to the top as far as you can go. But those actions, that's not it. That's not what you want. I don't believe. I know the young lady said she's a person that's always joyful and good spirits, good energy, but I don't really believe that as you grow older, you're going to look back at that and say that that was a great choice. That's just my opinion on it. Maybe you'll look at it like you still stand on it as you continue to get older, but that wasn't the wisest choice. But let's go on.
Show you that what you do will really follow you. Do y'all know that young lady who was bounce that beady across that stage done lost a scholarship? And for context, for the people that don't know this story, but beautiful young lady from a school in Chicago was going across the stage to get her diploma. Mind you, school is all out. They even said the girl had a strong GPA, smart, beautiful, and got them brains. And you know how sometimes accomplishments like that, like, it's exciting. And she got on stage going to get that diploma, hit a split. Okay, excitement. Okay, she won't be the first person to hit a split on stage, and she won't be the last person to hit a split on stage. Well, after this, I don't know, but she hit the split, and then start throwing it. Okay. Hold on, settle down. She started throwing it. She was bouncing it. That's why we got to be very, very careful. Understand when it comes to professional life, anything dealing with your education, with schooling, with anything. If you're planning to go to the next level, and you're gonna be around people who you're gonna work for, people who you're going to work with, partnerships, businesses, you got to understand, like, there's a line between personal life, how you are outside of what you do professionally, and just your character in general, because people judge you based off of that. So one of the recent updates that I saw was that this girl probably done lost a scholarship. She done lost a scholarship behind what she did on stage, but she probably had no idea that hitting a split on stage and then throwing it afterwards and then twerking that thing, going a step further, would go so viral. And to people in the professional settings, schooling, higher education, workplaces, they don't take stuff like that lightly, because they always assume that if we see it, our partners see it. If we see it, our clients see it. If we see it, you represent our brand, and so we don't want to hire you. We don't want to hire you. We don't want you on our campus. We don't want to give you no scholarships. We don't want nothing to do with you, but you could possibly attract negative attention to what we have going on. This will show you that what you do.
I agree.
Hey, yo, let's talk about the situation where the students was graduating, walked across the stage, started twerking, did a split, and all the other ones that's been dancing in the videos when they graduating, right? Because I see a lot of y'all parents, y'all saying, I don't see nothing wrong with it, let the kids have fun. Look, there used to be a time, man, where it was called, when we was coming up, it was called parenting. I don't think y'all ever heard of that. I think y'all, I don't think y'all have really gotten away from being real parents. And what that means is no way when I was coming up, you could do that. And the reason why you couldn't do that, it didn't even cross our mind, and one reason why I'm gonna tell you it didn't even cross your mind, because you was taught how to conduct yourself and how to carry yourself. So that you was not going to go in public and act a fool. Number two, the reason why you weren't going to do that, because you knew you couldn't embarrass your parents. It was going to be consequences. So this is just proof of what I keep saying, horrible parenting. I will always blame the parents for this. Horrible, because what you have done, you have, like I always say, I'll say it till I die, you have given your children all the devices to destroy themselves. All it. You gave them the device and you paid the monthly bill. Look, I done been a child before, right? And I'm gonna just break this down. I done been a kid before. I done been a teenager. I done been a little boy before, right? And I know how children think. We don't think. As a child, you can't think, right? So you can't think for yourself. So you're gonna make all the wrong choices. So why me as a parent, right? Why would I come along and say, okay, I got a little child, a little kid, who already can't think for themselves. who going to make wrong, bad decisions. And then I hand you a device. And not only do I hand you a device, I give you social media. So I give you the internet. I give you all this stuff to amplify your bad decision, can't think making. I give you a device that's going to amplify all of that 1 million times. And I call myself a parent. That got to be the most craziest thing on planet Earth for a parent to do. And not only that, you pay a monthly bill for that. So when you give your child a cell phone, you give your child social media, you have gave them the device to be able to go in here freely, look at porn. You done gave them the device to freely be able to go on here and learn how to twerk early, because they looking at these celebrity witches. You have given them the device for any and everybody and anything to influence your child more than you, which is the craziest thing. Because look, we on social media, I do it all the time. We talk about sports or whatever. I'm on here, I could be talking to a 10-year-old. I don't know this dude is 10. You see what I'm saying? But he on there cursing like he's a grown man, cursing back and forth. So how can you expect a kid to respect not only you, but his elders when you done gave him the device to disrespect them because you invited him into a grown person world? You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to give my child a device knowing they're going to go to school with this device. They're going to be distracted in school. So when the teacher tells them to put the device down, it's going to be a problem. So now they is causing confrontation, and I'm going to call myself a parent, and I gave my child the device to do this? So that's why you see so many of these kids going back and forth with the teachers. They fighting the teachers. You as a parent, you done that. There's no way my child would get a device from me. No way. There's no way that I know going to distract him while he at school. So I'm going to give my child the same device. They barely can drive. Now I'm going to give you the device to use while you're driving. And that makes sense. You see what I'm saying? So now these children is losing their lives because they distracted while they driving. Y'all parents, I must say.
I had to stop this because one, I didn't play this ahead of time, so I didn't realize he was going to talk at great lengths. But I'll say this, and this is like what I said on yesterday's episode with Boosie. We are in a losing. We're in a losing game. The societal norms are overwhelming. It's overbearing. It's weighing down heavy on each and every one of us, not just our children, but on us as adults. As far as not giving a teen a phone, I don't agree with that, because with the violence in this world, you want to be able to contact your children. All right. You know, you could say parental settings on the phone, but who are we kidding? These kids are getting smarter by the day, and they find loopholes around that. If it's not them, they could research it on YouTube. They can Google ways around it. Their peers could teach them how to hack or bypass certain things. We're in a losing game. Let's not kid ourselves. Furthermore, a lot of these kids, at least for me, I want to say by the time I was a junior in high school, I was already doing a part-time gig. So they could afford their own phone. So he's speaking on not giving his kid a phone. I understand why. He's verbalizing why he wouldn't give his kid a phone, because of the access to adult content. And I understand that. But who are we kidding? It's a losing game. At best, the most you can do, the best thing you could do is keep your household as structured as possible with chores. Share stories as a parent, whether you're a guardian or parent. Share stories about your not just your success, but more particularly your downfalls, your struggles, your losses, just to give them a broad scope of the reality of life. It's not always all wins. Social media seems to always present wins as if everybody's winning. From the time they pick up the phone, they're winning. A successful page, a successful business, everyone is winning when everyone really is not winning. There are people winning. I'm not saying there aren't people that aren't winning, but there's more people losing than people that are winning. But the point that I'm making is that it's a losing game. That doesn't mean not do your best to teach your kids, but the truth of the matter is you have peers that's influencing their decisions, you have social media, and then you have celebrities. And so as a parent, you're fighting against all those three things that I just mentioned. All right. And again, I don't mean to be a downer, but I'm a realist. All right. And unless you have a well-established home, a two-parent home, I know single parents are doing their best. Some single parents have exceptional outcomes where their child excels. But that's not usually the case the majority of the time. So you're up against a lot. All right. So I think the best that we can do is just continue to talk against some of these things that these children are choosing to do, especially during prom. Again, the episode I did with the young man who lost his life, he would the wad of money. Him and his friends had a wad of money, and he ended up losing his life. Now, I can't say for certain whether or not he lost his life because of the money and him posting videos with the money. It could have been for something else, but regardless of the fact, showing a lot of money in public is never a good idea. Not just for a teen, but for an adult. All right, we live in the real world, people. It's just not a good idea. It wouldn't matter who would disagree with me on that. I stand on that. Actions like this for a woman, when you want to be taken seriously, they're gonna always go back to this. They're gonna be like, "Oh, aren't you that girl who you look familiar? Is this you?" It's embarrassing, and this is why, as smart as she is to have a 3.5, wise decisions aren't just based on numbers. All right, she's book smart. That's why there's that saying, being book smart. There was in street smart, or just having common sense. She's book smart, but she's showing that she's not that wise. I mean, she's graduating high school. She has a lot of life left to live, but that was not a wise decision because it's going to come to haunt her later on. All right, let me just move into this final video. I'm not going to continue with them because I don't know how much longer he's going to speak, so I want to end with this.
That girl who is not getting her diploma, or they're refusing to give her her diploma because she did a split on stage at her graduation. It wasn't the split that was the problem. It was the twerking. Okay, hold on. First, let me say, she should get her diploma. Just give it to her. Be done with her. But I must say to her, if she's watching this video, what is wrong with you? In what world would you think doing that was appropriate? That was childish, immature, inappropriate, and embarrassing. What are you doing? Honestly, what are you doing? I am not on your side. I'm on your side as far as just, if I were the principal or teacher, whoever's holding, I'll just give it to you so I could be done with you and never see you again. Outside of that, your decision, your choice to do that, I hope when you grow up and you look back on it, you cringe, because that was a terrible decision. I don't care that you're in high school. Grow the hell up. Y'all know that girl.
I agree. What's your thoughts on what was said by the videos that I posted, by the people who I showcased? What's your thoughts on what they said? What's your thoughts on what I said? Did you think that this was a smart decision on the young lady's behalf? Or do you agree that she should have did something else? I mean, we live in a time where everyone wants to stand out as an individual, but they want to go to the extreme to do that, to accomplish that. And she didn't need to do a split. She could have did something else. Wear a accessory, a jewelry piece or something like that stands out. Anything besides what she did. That's my thoughts on this. What's yours? As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you have not, on your way out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And as always, stay honorable.